Good morning, everybody, and welcome back inside the Charles V. Keating Arena here for this U15 matchup here, the high performance program for Hockey Nova Scotia. We just finished the U14 game, and we're going to get right into action here now as Sears right off the draw, and the first attempt is going to find the back of the net. Grayson Sears off the opening faceoff before I could even get to the starting goaltenders. We have our first goal. A good start here for Red. One shot, one goal, one rush. Just won everything here. And they're right into it. So 7 seconds into the period. And we already have our first goal. So now we'll try and get to the starting goaltenders. Number 76 here for Team White, Chase Grandy. And at the far end, number 3, Sean Gillis. Sears in there on the forecheck. It's going to be Wakeham now with it. Turned it over. That's going to be offside. Good heads-up play there by number 70, Linus Braun. Hometown says from Austria, so love to see that. Playing the top 40 here in Nova Scotia. Turn it over. Braun's just going to get the red line and get it in deep, and Red's going to complete a change here. It's going to be picked up by Forsyth. Forsyth across for Cash West from the Rangers organization. Calvert moves it up the right side. That's going to be picked up now by number 51, Asher Sampson. Sampson down inside the zone, gets pinned up against the end wall down there in front of the Zamboni doors. Jackson Mood in there to help out. Puck squirts free. Miller Cannon trying to find that loose puck, but Sampson back on it. Cut back the other way. Now Mood will collect here as he's going to move it up the left side. Cannon going to pick it up now over the red line. Mood had to stop up inside the blue line. Offside waved off as West tries to poke it free, but it's Mood who collects. Chipped off the wall. That was Cohen Little. He's going to get it out to the red line, but it's going to be fired back in deep by Sam Graves. Forsyth. Back hand reverse now in behind the far side. Nice move there. Lincoln McDonald in front of the net there. Cannon couldn't get a stick on it. Good job by Forsyth to tie up in front. That puck was just laying at the top of the crease. Now is Sampson. Cuts back into the middle of the ice. Couldn't control it. He's going to have to hurry here. Cannon comes in. Steals that puck. Tries to get around West, but now it's McDonald. Drag, shoot there. Save Grandy. The puck comes loose. And now it's going to be taken the other way. Cohen Little up the left side. The Bombers product. Had quite the season last year for the John Sim coached Bombers. All the way to the Atlantics after a provincial championship. And Little was a big part of that success as well. And behind the goal now, Oliver McMullen, the Novas, up the left side through the middle of the ice. Couldn't connect with Manton Austin, also his teammate for the season. Braxton Robertson, he's got it. Fired across ice. Reds on the delayed offside, so they're going to have to re-rack. Here's that one's chipped out through the neutral zone. Rhea couldn't get a stick on it now, and back for it here is number 76, Trip Greeno from the Valley Wildcats. Shout out Thomas Durant. Super involved with that organization. You know, they takes a village, as they say, as a shot towards the goal is going to be stopped by Gillis, and he will hang on. Face off to the left side of Gillis. Wingers are going to be asked nicely to back up. Puck is down, and Carroll trying to find that loose puck. It's going to be picked up by Greeno. Looks like he added a little size in the offseason, and the offseason really only being a few months. Through the middle of the ice, couldn't connect there. Jake Wilmot in on the forecheck. Lockyer able to get that puck over to his partner. Here's Cormier. Looks like a few of the players starting to catch up to his size a little bit. Still pretty big boy down there for that age. All the way around to the far side. Trying to break it out. Couldn't get it to go. Still inside the zone now, but now it'll leave. And over the line. That was Liam Jollymore. Couldn't get free. Through the middle of the ice. Nice little feed. Down the left side. Opportunity to the back door. Shot there. And that one just goes up and over the goal. And real good chance there from Team Red. Great feed from Jake Wilmot. Cross ice, but they're going to go up and over their goaltender and out of play, so the face-off is going to stay to the left side of Grandy here. So 16:09 left to go here. Puck is down, back to the point. Felix McDonald came back from a broken leg earlier this season. He's worked in behind the goal now. Passed out front into the crease. Backhand chance there. Couldn't get it to go. Another chance at the side of the goal for Burke. Now it's going to be pushed up the left side. Camus. Bedford Bandits product. Gets it in deep. There's Grayson Sears in there with him. It's going to be collected and back the other way. That was Felix McDonald. Got it through the middle. Now it's going to be chased on by Braxton Robertson, who jumped into the play. McDonald up ice. Camus with a step in behind, all alone to the forehand. He's hooked up there, and Wakeham's going to be penalized here for a hooking penalty. Maybe some of the fans hoping for a penalty shot here. Sometimes in these tryout scenarios, they don't even give the penalty. They'll do the old penalty shot chase, but I think this is a little more serious in some of those situations. So power play on the way here for Team Red, who lead 1-0 on a goal from Sears in the first 10 seconds of the game. So face off to the right side of Grandy. A lot of these players have played against each other all season long, so some inner rivalries and also some people that probably disliked each other now suiting up on the same side. So Mood will swoop in his own zone. He's going to hit the getaway sticks here and head north. Mood stops up. West stays on him. He fires across ice. Excuse me, to the trailer. It's behind the goal now. Cycled deep. Mood. And behind the net, trying to center out front there. Cannon looking for it. Still loose in front of the goal. Whacking away at it. All kinds of commotion. Now as a rebound stays in front, and Red's going to find it. And they're going to take a 2-0 lead here on the power play. We'll see who the lucky recipient in front of the net was. Looks like number 82, Miller Cannon, who's continuing his scoring here. He had a couple yesterday. So 2-0 here, Red on the power play goal. Back to center ice we go. 2 goals in the first 5 minutes. Sampson up the right side. Good chip there from Cohen Little as he gets that puck in deep. Calvert in there on the forecheck. He's double teamed down there in the corner. Back to the point, bouncing over the stick of Sim as Red will be able to collect here on the way up the ice. Chipped in behind. Austin back to the right side. Cuts back to the middle. Opportunity to shoot there. He gets a shot off. Puck lands in behind Grandy. Still there, and now it's going to be whistled. A couple extra shoves in front of the net there and a couple yellow helmets going at each other. Love to see that. Talked about it in the last game there, how you can be best friends and teammates with a guy and then all of a sudden you're fighting for the same spot. Beautiful thing about sport, folks. Your best friend can be on the other team, but during those 60 minutes, that is irrelevant. Shot there, blocked fearlessly there by Jared Conlon. So that puck didn't make its way to the net. Now is Austin. Spins off a defender down there, and the puck's going to come back the other way. Rhea, cross-ice pass. Looking for Jack Shear, younger brother of Will Shear. In on the forecheck. A couple Wolverines playing on the same line down here. If you look over there in front of, or in behind Austin, Mr. Brady Peddle. Columbus Blue Jackets prospect here from the area. Had him on the podcast last year after he got drafted, so that's going to be chipped out through the neutral zone by Conlon. Rhea trying to find it. Back to the point. In behind their home blue line is Greeno. Up the left side, Austin tried to work it up, but he left it there kind of unintentionally for Harpel. Now down low, opportunity shot there, save made off the stick of Taylor as Grandy out at the top of the crease to force that one. Back down inside the zone. That was Connor Grace getting it in deep. Another one of the Bombers players here. The High Button Sports U15 Major Hockey League. Well represented here. Pretty well all the players except for one as the whistle's going to go. Net gust dislodged. So we'll have a face-off down inside Team White zone. It's been mostly red here to start this game. They came out firing here. So face-off now. Two wingers will be asked to step back. Shot there off the draw, the old sneak attack. Couldn't get it to go, though. This comes all the way outside the zone. Greeno back for it. Chips it off the wall. Cannon. That is Parker Douglas. Should have known by the bubble. Gonna get that in deep. White trying to break out here. Tenwold just missed that. Now Greeno's going to walk in over the line. He steps in. He was pressed there by Robertson, so he's forced to dump that in. Now is Mason Wakeham fired that the length of the ice. That'll get by Jackson McDonald coming on the bench, and that's going to be an icing charge here to Team White. We'll head back down into their defensive zone once again here. So Jollymore and McDonald on the face-off. Puck is down, right off the draw. McDonald getting in on Wakeham. It's going to come all the way outside the zone, though, and all the way back down into Team Red territory. Partner pass across. Luke Williams dodged a hit there. Now is McDonald. It's going to head north. Had that puck poked off his stick. Tenwold on the forecheck now, but it's picked off by Sears. Sears back pass through the middle of the ice. Linus Braun got taken down, and in to collect now is Williams in support. Williams stopped up and behind the goal. He's going to move it over to the right side, bouncing over the stick. Up the right side now for Sears. Sears takes a bump there from Tenwold, and that's going to be ripped inside. Sears is going to have a couple words for Tenwold there. No surprise from his game. Good job over there as they tangle up just in front of the Team White bench. That was Liam Hannay from the Rangers. He's also a product of the East Hants Minor Hockey Association. So it makes sense that he would play for the Rangers, obviously. Back to the point. Held in there by Graves as that gets in behind the goal. Camus trying to cycle that down low. He comes away with that puck now. Sears looking for his options. He'll move it up top there. Cross-ice pass for Carroll. Carroll tried to get it to the net, but was off a stick before it could get there. Now is Wakeham's just going to fire that off the wall, and that's going to be to nobody there, so it'll be an icing call. Once again here, charge to White, and we'll head back down once again into their zone. Two to nothing lead here, just about halfway through the first period. Puck's down, cleanly won off the face-off. Forsyth tried to reverse it back the other way, but Mood was there to collect now as he centers that puck off a stick. In front, Mood around the first player. Lincoln McDonald tried to pass it back out front as Cannon comes in to help out. Back for Graves. Graves tries to shoot. Couldn't get it by Burke, but it's held in the line, but only momentarily there as that one nearly up here in the booth. Back to collect now once again is Graves. Chipped off the wall. McDonald now down low, trying to center. He does, but Burke couldn't get a stick on it now as it's centered through the middle of the ice. Gets by three players somehow, and it's going to be lofted back inside the zone. White will have to tag up. Here's on the delayed offside. Carroll fired across ice. A little bit too much sauce on that one. It was right play, just didn't quite execute it fully. Now is in over the line. Is Mood. Opportunity for Cannon. Shot there, save made by Grandy, and the rebound is cleared to center ice. Job there to stay on side. Put the puck inside the zone before he touched it. That's good heads up there at the offensive blue line. Mood. Got ping pong there, and a shot from the bad angle is going to get through the wickets of Grandy, and that's going to make it 3-0. As Lincoln McDonald scoring in back-to-back games here. The Truro Bearcats had himself quite the season, despite the Bearcats' struggles this season, or this past season. Was a bright spot there for the Bearcats. That was his rookie season too, so coming in as a veteran player, hoping to lead that team to a little bit more success this season. At the end of the day, U15, it's nice to win, but it is a development league, and it looks like that's exactly what Truro continue to do along with all these teams here, and a product of that there, Lincoln McDonald fires one home. Reese Sim. I know I was corrected on that earlier this season. Cross-ice pass right on the tape. Nice feed. Sampson's got Calvert with him. He's going to bob back to the right side. Connor Grace, great gap control there as he stepped up, and now he's going to come away with that puck. He's got a man going the back door here as Harpel couldn't get it to him as it goes over to the far corner. Little looking for that loose puck. Grace takes on his teammate in the regular season. This puck comes to the half wall. Nice hit thrown there on the blind spot. Little pokes his way down the left side, stops up, tried to center, stays with it. Cross ice, Cormier joining the party from the bench, wasn't able to corral as he cycles it in deep. Chipped off the wall there. That was Cohen Geyser. Sampson weaves his way through traffic. Opportunity to shoot there. That one just goes wide. All the way up to the blue line. Cormier holds a line, gets it down low. One-time chance there. That one was a bouncing puck that goes wide. Centering pass. That's going to get all the way out into the neutral zone where Seth Lockyer will pick it up. Another Truro Bearcat product here. Ripped inside the zone. He'll dump that in, and that'll allow his team to complete a change here. Shearer got caught up with the official. And away goes Greeno, right side. Move it up for Douglas. Douglas ran into a traffic jam there as he's upended and just inside the offensive blue line. Shearer takes on Taylor there. Good job. Nice feed across ice. Jared Conlon. Wolverines yellow helmet dumps it in. They got Shearer gets the return. He fires it back down around the far side once again. Wakeham able to collect that puck just inside the blue line. Rhea got it down low. Conlon cycles it down deep. Shearer bumped off that puck as Rhea got it back down low. Good job below the goal lines here. Sending pass underneath the stick from Shearer. Almost got it to go. It's going to be chipped out into the neutral zone area. Red's going to get the red line and get it in deep. As Wilmot's going to get in on the chase. Wakeham able to get that around as he felt the pressure. Conlon looking for that option. Cross ice. He's going to find Hannay. Hannay in over the blue line and dumps it in. So he was forced off the puck. Gillis out to play it. Reverse back the other way. Good play now as Carroll will pick it up. Carroll fires one through the middle for McDonald. McDonald now moves it up ice here for Jolly Moore. Or sorry. That was Parker Douglas. My apologies. Puck stays inside the zone. Carroll got in there on the forecheck and he bumps his man off the puck, and there's going to be a penalty here. Not sure who it's going to go to here. Looks like Mason Wakeham maybe as he's trotting down the ice here with the official. Normally you don't really hang out with the linesman that much unless you're being escorted to the penalty box. So power play here. For Team Red, who are ahead right now 3-0. Could really put a damper on things here for Team White. So that puck rolls down onto Gillis. Gillis leaves it there for his D-man as Carroll collects him behind the goal. He's going to set up and wait for Sears to come around and pick it up here with speed. Sears is going to carry through the neutral zone. Cuts to the middle of the ice. Good job to stay onside. McDonald trying to slow it down here. Pulls it back at the left point. Back up top for Carroll. Carroll down low. Sears back up for McDonald. McDonald, left point, cycles it down low once again for Sears. Sears is going to carry it up top. He'll fire towards the goal, and that was deflected up and out of play. The power plays can be tough sometimes here in these tryout situations. Different styles of power play from each team, and then you kind of got to get used to other systems or just the basics, and that's kind of what they tell you to do here is just take the basics that you know in the power play. Try and slow it down, work it around the zone. Oh, every single one of these players has had some power play time this season and in their lives, so no strangers to it here as McDonald fires that out in the neutral zone, collected by Grace, spins off Burke. And now McDonald in his own zone fires it across for Grace. Grace didn't like what he saw, so he eased up and turned around. Graves couldn't handle it. McDonald turned it over. Good to see him back out there after previously mentioned that tough injury down in Yarmouth. He do believe broke his leg or broke something at some point. It looks like he's rehabbed and back into action here, so good to see that. The right side, it's still inside the zone. McDonald causing a stir down there. 35 seconds left to go in the man advantage. That puck switches sides. Cannon. Let his teammate know where he was going to go with it. Little inside info, but White still wasn't able to pick it off. Now is Mood back the other way. Through the middle. Mood got a stick on it there as that one just rolled wide. Now is McDonald. Picks up the loose puck. Back to the point. Grace walks to the middle. Moves it back down for Mood. Up in support as he followed up the play. Backdoor pass shot there. They score. What a feed from McDonald. Backdoor to Oliver McMullen, who snuck in behind everybody. It was wide open, and it's 4-0 Red. Not much Grandy could do there. The old backdoor tap in. Early Christmas gift down there for McMullen. Or late Christmas gift, depending on how you look at it. So back to center ice once again here. 4-goal outburst from Team Red. And now Little's going to try and cut into that lead here as he almost got in behind the D, but had it poked off his stick there at the last moment. Now Calvert had that puck roll off his stick. Lockyer dumps it back in. Williams with it. Moved it up the left side now with Manton Austin. After a successful rookie season with the Novas last year, he's also a ball player as well. We ended up covering a softball tournament last summer up here in Antigonish that he was involved in, so two-sport athlete. Love to see it, because that's going to be trickled in on Gillis. As D-man goes barreling through him. A bit of a chuckle down there. The face-off's going to stay inside the Team Red zone here. This time to the right side of Gillis. Gillis, Green, Mumbercat, the goalies for Red. Espa, Grandy, and Wilson for Team White. Face-off taken here by Team White now as it's cycled down deep. Correa cycles it. Shearer takes a bump down there from Carroll. He looked to be laboring a little bit, but he's going to get back into the play now. As driving down was Austin. Wakeham picks up that loose puck, fires it out into the neutral zone. Carroll, the last man back here as he loops around. He takes a whack there from Shearer, and oh, big hit there, and that's going to be a late hit, though, as the old Wolverines double team is going to end in a penalty as Greeno got taken down after the puck had left the area, so it's going to be an interference call on Jared Conlon, I do believe. Maybe a little bit of frustration there, but regardless of all that, Red's going to go to the power play here. Looking to extend their lead to 5. Haven't seen a 5-goal first period from any team so far in the high-performance program. They've been pretty tightly played games, but this one opened right up, right off the get-go, and when you score in the first 15 seconds of the game, it's kind of the recipe for that. So power play underway. Conlon for interference. Will sit for 2 or less. As Grace now walks to the middle, that one was blocked by Forsyth, and he will bounce that one all the way down to the goal. Gillis will knock it down off its edge and leave it there for Braun. Braun up the right side for Connor Grace. Grace through the neutral zone. Fake the pass. He'll go cross ice for Jack Taylor. Good job by Wilmot to stay on side there as he's going to head down low to the net. He's going to tie up that stick in front. His own teammate Cash West will be foes here for the week. Taylor in behind the goal. The Dartmouth Whalers left it there. Good exchange with Grace, who stopped up. Great job by Cash West. Nice move, though. Opportunity side of the goal. Grandy makes the save. Connor Grace showing off the nifty mitts in tight as Taylor will pick it up. Oh, front there, and couldn't pull the trigger was Douglas. He got a piece of it, but it trickles wide. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left to go here in the first period. Hannay walks across the line. Tenwold had to be careful there as Hannay zigged at the blue line and nearly forced them offside. Tenwold from the Western Hurricanes. That door came open over there. It's Reese Sim. Now it's going to be taken here by Braun, who will carry it up the ice here across the red line. Had it poked off his stick. So he'll head back. Now Burke strips that all alone shot there and ran out of real estate. Good save made by Gillis with the blocker. It was a good job by Maddox Burke there to get inside position and strip that puck. There's 12 seconds left to go here in the penalty to Conlon. Jackson McDonald slows it down, fires across ice. Graves right back to McDonald. McDonald up the right side for Camus. Camus in over the blue line, tried to cut to the middle, had it picked off, and now Burke with speed back the other way. Burke in over the line, down the right side. He'll drag down deep, centering. Nobody home there as Sears came back defensively to help out. Now Camus into his feet. He'll have to get back on side. No, and it looks good from here. A great effort from Camus, but official disagrees. So face off just in front of the team white bench on the offside call. And once again up into the bench area, so we'll have another face off here right back to where we started. Nope, it's going to be inside team white zone here. 1:04 left to go. Conlon trying to get Team White fired up there all on his own. Single stick bang on the boards. Something that really didn't exist when I played, the old whacking the stick on the wall unless somebody scored. So we're in the final minute to play here. Mood walks out of the corner, shot there. That one was deflected. Comes all the way around to the far side. Lincoln McDonald cycles it down low. Mood's going to have some space to walk to the net. Try to go to the backhand. He does. Grandy the save. Rebound. They're whacking away at it. There was Cannon in front. And now Mood still with it. Fires across ice for McDonald. Back door there for Cannon. This line has been flying on all ends of the ice here. The puck comes up to the half wall. Good pinch and also a good cover there by Lincoln McDonald. Now is Mood to the backhand. Still with it. Back door upstairs. And oh my goodness. What an individual effort there from Jackson Mood. He ran out of space. Grandy took away the bottom half of the net. And Mood goes bar Southern on the backhand in tight. And it's a 5-0 lead here for Red. So just 19 seconds left to go. We've seen some late period goals happen quite a bit here. Back to center ice now. Less than 20 seconds to go here in the first period. 5-goal outburst from Team Red. Little, once again off that face-off. He's going to get in behind to the backhand shot there. Gillis the save. He hasn't been tested that much here in the period. Cross ice, Austin. And over the line, he's just going to fire towards the goal. Grandy the save, and the whistle will go. And we're going to have some pushing and shoving in front of the net. Not something we've seen too much here, but 5-0 lead and some old rivalries lingering around. Will cause a little bit of a stir there. So that was Cohen Geyser in there, product of the Jonal Gym Cougars. So 3 seconds left on the clock here, maybe chance for a quick shot. Not going to get it this time as the period will expire. So a 5-0 lead here for Team Red after 20 minutes of play. We'll have an intermission and we'll be back with second period here in about 10 minutes. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second period, 20 minutes on the board, and we're going to get right back into it. In the net now for Team Red is number 8, Dylan Mumberket from the Novas last season. Both Novas goalies are here, actually. Landon Wilson and Dylan Mumberket. And for Team White, number 79, Landon Wilson. So the old battle of the Novas in the crease here. And I don't know if the coaches went in and told them to be more physical, but there's been about 4 more hits thrown here in this period than there was in the whole first. It's that stretch pass. Just too far to reach. Physicality picking up here. Calvert couldn't handle it down low. Opportunity to the backhand there. Couldn't get it to go. That was Austin. Now an opportunity at the side of the goal. Another opportunity cleared out of harm's way as Sampson helps his old friend out there, and he's going to bank that off the back of the net, and he's going to head north here, but he had it poked off his stick. Another turnover. Guys are trying to find it. There's Harpel in there as well. Good shift here from Red to start as Calvert's going to make his way down onto Carroll. Carroll, good job there to stay right up at the blue line and force him to dump. Gap control, as they say. Oh, front now, a shot there. That one just goes wide. That was Jared Conlon looking for that short side shot. White trailing by 5 here, but lots of hockey to be played. Now is Taylor. Fired that one up. Wilmot able to get that all the way up through the rafters. Didn't touch a single thing somehow. Great job by Mumberket to get out there and stop that puck. That allowed Carroll to get there first. As he stopped up in behind. He took a bump there from Shearer. Those two have been well acquainted here so far in this game, as that's going to be lofted out into the neutral zone. Wilmot able to keep that onside somehow. Taylor losing his neck piece. Up top to the trailer. Carroll turns, fires, and that's into the glove of Wilson, and he will hang on here. So real good intensity to start here in this second period. They got the freezer turned up here in the arena. Keep the ice nice and cold. The old hoodie just not quite doing it here so far. Face off to the left side of Wilson. Wilson got himself a new mitt, or maybe he's borrowing one, but speak of the devil, that one's going to go up and into Wilson. Now is Camus being shoved into the goal, but Wilson with the white mitt and the rest of the black gloves. Maybe the rest of the set on its way, potentially. So we'll have a face-off to the right side of Wilson. Get to see Wilson at the meltdown not long ago for one of the prospects teams. So Camus off the draw, cycles it in low. Wakeham fires it around to the far side, held in by Graves as Wakeham continues on up ice. Robertson banked it off the wall. Graves holds the line. Down low, Sears picks it up off the skate. Tried to go in front of McDonald. That's going to get out into the neutral zone, though. It's Graves across for Grace. The GRD court. As that's going to be tipped by Sears. That's going to get in deep. He's Wilson out to slow down the forecheck there. It's Grace through his own feet there. Kind of got tangled up. Now his Hannay is going to head back the other way. And over the line now, down the right side, Liam Hannay to the trailer, Tenwold towards a goal. Mumberket just kicked it aside. Out through the neutral zone, Camus trying to find that loose puck. Got poked off his stick. Underneath us here, Camus back defensively. Stopped up, chipped it off the wall. Grace looking for it, but it was held in now. Couldn't get free there. Was Jollymore. Now is down the right side. Camus muscled off the puck there. McDonald in, throws a hit on Forsyth as the puck switches sides now. Good outlet pass there for Tenwold. Tenwold in over the line. Left side, nice move. Gets in free shot there. That one just goes wide. Kind of nonchalantly dangled his way through the entire squad. He's now Mood with a step, inside out, got around Forsyth. Good job by the official to get out of the way. Now as Mood walks in, shot there, nice save Wilson. He knew that the option back door was covered, so he comes right out to attack the shooter there out at the top of the crease, and a good save made as he'll cover it up here for a face-off. Just under 4 minutes into this second period. 5 goals in the first. Be hard to top that here in the second period. So we're going to try it again here. Puck is down now, chipped free. Spencer Anderson trying to clear it out of harm's way, but it's back to the point, and now White's going to start on the breakout here. Felix McDonald turned it over to Mood. Mood cuts back. Leaves it there for his D-man. Now is Anderson. Fires it back for Robertson. Or sorry, that's Nathan McLean. Very similar look to Robertson out there. Same team even. Honest mistake. Chip back down inside the zone. Burke will throw a hit down there. Cross ice pass. Anderson couldn't get freed. He's going to take a hit there. Bump the tripod a little bit. No big deal though. Anderson lofts it up and over. It's a delayed offside here. White will have to once again re-rack here in center ice. Lincoln McDonald swoops in to pick up that loose puck. He's got McDonald on him. McDonald tried to fire an indirect pass up the ice, and that's going to be icing here, charged to Team Red. So Team White's going to get a offensive zone face-off here. So Red took the first game last night. 2-goal win for them. Trying to continue their success here. Not that the wins really matter, but the players obviously would want to win the games. Right off the draw, White will collect. Shot there from Lockyer. Got deflected along the way. Back to the point. Nope, they tried to anyways. Sampson down low with Calvert. Little in to help out as well. Back to the point. That'll get by the intended target, and that's going to go all the way down the ice now as Austin back in on the forecheck. Harpel as well. Cormier is just going to muscle his way up ice. He gets through 3 forecheckers now as he enters the zone. In over the line. Drags. Had it poked off his stick there by McMullen. Up the right side now for Harpel. And over the line. Tried to drop it there for McMullen, who had joined the play. Nice little switch into the middle. Have to be quick here. Carroll couldn't corral it. Off the side of the goal there, and a chance out front. Not sure what it hit, but it didn't find the net. As Little now with a little bit of a pushback here from Team White. Carroll steps into his man. Geyser as well. Whacked at in front by Little. Puck's bouncing around. Harpel cross ice. That's going to go off the stick of Austin and all the way down into Team White territory here as Cormier picks it up. He's going to fire that up the right side. Calvert's got a bunch of straps hanging from him, but he was able to get in deep. Little down there taking on Greeno. Rimmed around by Geyser. Shearer leans into that hit. Douglas got a stick on it. Good job to get that in the lane. Geyser throws another hit. Man laboring down there as he gets back up slowly, and he's still down there as I think that's Robertson. So he's making his way to the bench slowly up under his own power though, so that's the first good sign as Shearer takes a little bit of a push up by the face. Grace able to hold the line for Team Red. So Braxton in some difficulty down there on the bench being looked at. Through the middle of the ice. Unable to complete the play as Wakeham slots up. Runs into Grayson's, or sorry, that's Camus. Looked like Sears. Both of them with the chrome cages. Rimmed around. Greeno takes a late hit there from Shearer. Part of his game. Cross ice, Shearer down the right side. Couldn't handle the pass. Had it poked off his stick as he continues on down low. Back up top. Forsyth shot there. That one kicked aside by Mumbercat. Now is Taylor trying to get free. Grace fired a saucer pass. Good read there by West. That was going to land perfectly for Camus. Would like to see Grace keeping those feet moving there. He had a couple more strides to get the red line. There's Rhea now. And Wilmot's just going to bounce that one in. Forsyth back forward here for Team White in the right side corner. Up the right side. Hannay gets a stick on it. Cuts across. Picked off, though. Good read by Graves as he steps in over the blue line. Carries it down deep past the hash marks underneath the goal. Muscled off the puck there by West. Stays in behind the net, though, however. It's 2-on-2 down low, and now we're going to have a penalty, and the ref, he took one right up in the jibs. Barely even flinched. Stick to the call. Tripping call here. Just a little bit overzealous there on the stick. Can't believe the ref just took that puck up in the face area and didn't even blink. Toughness comes in all shapes and forms. It's one thing you don't really consider until you start to officiate, how often you dodge a puck in play. You'll turn around dumps and things like that. And you know how the players get. I know I was a player at one point. You used to get rattled when the officials would get in your way, but sometimes trying to stay out of the way is in the way, but that's neither here nor there. As the power play for White underway, but it's moved shorthanded back the other way. Stops, drags up, eats it down low in front of the Zamboni door, shakes off two defenders down there and tries to peel it up against the wall. Had it poked off his stick though. It's through the middle. Tenwold couldn't handle. Little miscommunication in center ice there between Braun and Carroll. It's poked off the stick. McDonald with a chance here, but it's Nathan McLean coming in to grab that loose puck as he's going to continue on through center ice. Cross ice for Hannay. Hannay picks it up on the right side. He's got Carroll on him. Stops up, delays, leaves it there for McLean. McLean cross ice for Sim. Sim towards the goal, back door, got it to Hannay. Couldn't get a stick on it. He does get a skate on it, and that allows it to stay inside the zone. Is Carroll able to clear that one off the stick of McLean? Out through the neutral zone. Cross ice pass onto the stick of Sim. Sim through the middle for Tenwold. Tenwold over to the right side now for Jollymore, who carries it in deep. Carroll strips him of the puck as it sits there in the corner. Mood grabs it. Fires it around the far side. 45 seconds left to go. And another one inside the bench door. That's twice now we've seen that. I haven't really seen it in about 30 years of being around hockey, but twice today. Sorry about that, folks. Play continues here. 19 seconds left in the power play. Wilson out for a skate here. They're going to leave that there for Lockyer. Lockyer with a head of steam. He's going to lug it. So he moves it for Burke. Burke came across in support, who walks in over the line now to the backhand. Centers out front there through the crease. Couldn't get it to go. Cormier somehow holds that line, but now it's going to be picked off and back the other way. And Cannon, good job to stay on side there all alone. To the forehand, Wilson didn't even budge. A couple head fakes and a great save there by Landon Wilson. Keeps us at a 5-0 hockey game here. Burke tried to fire that across. And that one's going to be offside, so 9:34 left to go here in the second, just over halfway through the game now. It's going to be Calvert and Taylor on the draw. Cross for Greeno. Greeno through the middle into some traffic, but it's Calvert who picks it off. Greeno regains possession here. Wilmot lofts it through the middle of the ice now. Picked up by Douglas, who chips it over to the right side into a quiet zone there for Taylor to skate into. This comes back to the point. Greeno drilled Douglas in the back of the leg there, but he'll continue on here as Sampson in over the line. Nice little move as he gets around Greeno. Sampson continues on. Douglas down there to help out defensively as he gets a piece of his man. Worked all the way around to the far side now. Back to the point. Wakeham tried to get a shot off. It was off a stick. Sampson. That's Douglas. Broke his stick there, so a $350 block shot. Cross ice there. Harpel trying to center there for Wilmot coming in late there as Wakeham separates him from puck. Two big bodies clashing down there in front of the Zamboni doors. Another hit down there. Wilmot as Calvert erases him. And back the other way goes Little. 4-on-2 forming here for White. In over the line, drops it to the trailer. Wakeham down low, still with it. Couldn't corral it and pull it to the front of the net was Little. It's Calvert down there working hard in the corners, able to cycle it down deep for Cohen Little. Little centering pass. Oh, front there, nice save Mumbercat as he got across in a hurry. not able to get the puck elevated as Mumbercat took away the bottom half of the net and keeps this one at a 5-0 hockey game. Up front there. Picked off. Wilmot. Left side for Harpel. Wilmot's going to head to the bench, so Harpel all by himself as Robertson looks like he's back to action. Geyser. Pull move. Still can't get it by Wakeham, but Austin in there to help out. Now Calvert at the end of his shift here is just going to try and get this red line and get it in deep. Unsuccessful in doing so, as now it'll get in deep and he'll head for a change here, as well as Little and the two defense here for Team White. So Carroll's going to have some time to fire that one off ice as Austin was trying to keep his momentum going. The puck didn't quite make it into his area, but it will get in deep. Nice quick clean breakout there from Team White as Rea on the left side. He's got a man going to the back post there. Mumbercat took away that short side, and another save made by him as Shearer on that loose puck. Far corner, that deflection. Back in behind now, Sears, right side half wall. You know, he's getting ready to be hit. He'll finish his check any chance he gets, and that's what happens with guys like that. You wait all game potentially to get your licking in on a guy that likes to finish his check there, and that was an anxious moment there as that pass back to Wesk. That deflected up into Wilson. Luckily he was paying attention. So we'll have a face-off here. 6:45 left to go here in the second period. Still 5-0, all five coming in the first 20 minutes. Since then, none on the board. Puck's down. Rea off the face-off will win it to himself. Fired around to the far side now for Conlon. Conlon, cross ice for Rea, who skates into that one, and he'll enter the zone. Down the right side, opportunity to shoot there. He tried to go short side. It was deflected wide. Sim, down low. Shearer bounced off his stick. McDonald rims it around. That's going to go back to the point for McLean. Shot there through a crowd. Mumbercat the save. Rebound comes free all the way back to the point now. Camus was off to the races had that one got through as Sears comes across to finish his check. Now both wingers caught on the same side, but it will get poked out into the neutral zone now. Sears leading the charge. Right side. Backdoor pass for Camus. Too much to handle there as Tenwold got a stick on it. Shearer, good job to stay strong on that puck as he got it across for Rea, just too far for his reach. Sears battling with three white jerseys. Poked free. Camus gave it away to Tenwold, who carries it inside the zone. He runs into Linus Braun. Good job there. Doesn't need to be a big hit, just need to separate him from the puck, and he does a great job there. Now Sears is going to have a step. Sears down the left side. Opportunity shot there. Wilson the save. Rebound. McDonald couldn't get there in time as Nathan McLean swoops in and plays hero there as that puck laid at the back for the post. Now Sears looking for McDonald again. McDonald was tied up in front, and now in transition back the other way goes Jollymore in over the line. Jollymore from the Gulls had it poked off his stick. Nice move there from Mood. Had to stop up at the blue line. Now as he's going to get the return pass, walks in over the top of the circle. Shot there, he scores. Jackson Mood with the quick release. Great feed from McDonald, and those two finding some serious chemistry here. As McDonald and Mood continue to fill the back of the net. Now Mood, a lot of the time playing with his good buddy Maddox Burke, but they're on opposite sides of the field here now. And Lincoln McDonald might be a nice compliment for those two. You never know. Just saying. Got some hacking and whacking going on here at the faceoffs, and temper's starting to flare here. Like I said, some leftover rivalries from the season. A lot of these guys are enemies all season long. Mood tried to chip it to himself. Couldn't get it to go. Coming back up the strong side as they whack away at it. Tenwold couldn't poke it by Cannon, and it's going to get by Mood now here as Lockyer picks it up inside his own zone. Lockyer through the middle, dangerous pass. Great play there as Luke Williams just wanted to make sure he was able to get that deep. Didn't want to give it up at the offensive blue line there. That's coach's nightmare. Turned it over, top of the circle. Cannon shot, it was blocked. He had McDonald back post. And now Anderson trying to find some space as he's going to chip that in deep. Williams, triple shoulder check. It was his partner who came away with the puck, though. Now as Cannon fired across ice for Mood. Mood somehow gets by McDonald, but he had it poked off his stick. Cannon finds a loose puck, fires it over to the left side for Mood. Mood, stick lifted there by Burke, chipped out into the neutral zone. Williams couldn't handle the bounce. Now Felix McDonald in behind the defense potentially, and couldn't get by Greeno, the last man back. 3:55 left to go. Mood and McDonald at the end of their shift. Gonna walk in over the line. Mood's gonna head for a change. McDonald tried the drag and shoot, but only got as far as the drag part. And now Wakeham comes in and he cleans McDonald. Taylor in to help out as well. Strips the puck back. Wraparound chance there. Rebound loose at the side of the goal. Good forecheck there. Get in, finish a hit. Pick up a loose puck and fire it to the net as Carroll holds the line. He's going to get out to his feet. Held inside the line once again. Wilmot. Backdoor pass. Opportunity shot there. Couldn't get it to go. Douglas with a new twig. First shot with the new lumber. Doesn't go for him. Rimmed all the way around to the far side. Burke picks it up on the backhand. Had to stop up on it. He takes a bump down there. Lost one of his straps as Robertson will rim it around to the far side. Winger's worst nightmare. Through the middle of the ice. Wakeham. Burke's got the loose puck. Doesn't know it as he's taken down by Taylor. And no call there. Referee shook it off right away. Greeno couldn't handle the puck on the transition play, so he'll have to restart here in the defensive zone. Greeno wearing those purple and yellow Sea Kings gloves. Gets that puck in deep. Wilson out to play it. That'll alleviate on the forecheck. A nice little outlet pass there for Little, who's just going to chip it by his teammate Grace in on net. Mumbercat's going to leave it there. 2.5 left to go. Centering pass hits the back of the net and couldn't come out front. Battling. Geyser runs into his man as he clears Calvert out of the way. Comes all the way to the left point. Cash West able to hold the line. Another former Sackville Flyers organization. Grace takes a bump down there as that puck's going to come out through the neutral zone. Foot race here for it as West gets there first. Good little chip. Wilmot had him lined up the entire time. Back for it is Graves. Couldn't clear it. Sits in behind the goal. 2-on-1 down there, but it's Little who gets it out front there, and Sampson having himself a nice game here for Team White towards the goal. Mumbercat, great rebound control there as he redirects that one up into the netting and out of play. So we'll have a face-off here to Mumbercat's left. Face off to the left side of Mumbercat now. Minute 42 left to go here in the second. Second period flew right along. High intensity, action packed. Just the one goal in the period so far. But we've seen a few last minute goals in this section of the week. So it's chipped free. Good job there by Austin to stay on side. Harpel kind of got himself into no man's land there as he carried it in deep. Got it across to Austin. Got a stick on it, but wasn't able to get as much on it as if he would have liked. And Wilson sliding across with the white mitt will snag it. Matches the helmet though. So both teams will keep the same lines out. Minute 17 left to go here. We're going to switch sides on the draw. Puck down, taken by Red off the faceoff, but it's Shearer who poked it there. Couldn't get behind the D. As now Conlon finds it. He'll fire it through the middle for Shearer. Shearer racing with his teammate. Williams. Shearer's going to come away with that puck though. Stays strong on it, looking for his options as he cycles it down deep for Rea. Rea, back pass for Shearer in behind the goal. Shearer looking for his options. He's going to bank that off the wall, back to the left point. Partner pass across. McLean. Austin. Tried to make a move on just inside his own blue line, but the puck's going to be held in now as the final minute underway here in the second. Shearer taken into the boards by two red jerseys there as it comes back to left point. Lockyer walks the middle, shoots there, puck's still loose. Shearer whacked at it, another shot there, and that hit somebody in front and didn't make its way to the front of the net. McLean fires that all the way down, tried to get it on goal, but it ends up being a cross-corner dump. 22 seconds left to go. Shearer went for the hit. Doors open. Great job over there by the goaltender, Wyatt Espa, to get that closed. Probably not the most exciting play of the game, but certainly goes a long way when you don't allow those players to get in those open doors. Carroll activates from the bench, passed out front. Opportunity shot there, they score. That one snuck through, and it was before the end of the period here. If you look at the clock, 0.7 seconds. Ours ran out a little bit before, but we are not connected to the same machine, so more of a general idea for you is at home. So another buzzer beater here. Talked about it earlier about the last minute goals, and Red scores another one here, and it's 7-0. So once the puck goes down, that'll conclude the second period here. And that will conclude 40 minutes. A 7-0 lead here for Team Red. 2 goals in the period. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with third period. You're watching the Hockey Nova Scotia High Performance program here on High Button Sports. We'll see you in a few.